So today is 9/15/17. Antimicrobial products, antibacterial soap. Good. So, I will read, you will copy, I will shut up for a moment. Causes of antibiotic resistance, part 4. Antibacterial soaps and other products. Antibiotic soaps that are labeled antibacterial, typically contain low doses of an antibiotic. Usually the antibiotic is triclosan. After antibacterial agents are applied to a surface, they don't go anywhere. Your hands, the floor of the counter, they stay there. They continue to kill bacteria. Which bacteria do they kill? The weakest. Who does that leave to reproduce? The resistant ones. The antimicrobial chemicals in these products act in a similar way to some antibiotics that are used in humans. That's not good news. So I will let you finish copying. Okay, so we're going to talk about hand washing. Really? Seriously? We're going to talk about hand washing? Yeah, we are. And a few of you compulsively start to make the motions. That's good. I like it. Who here has a nurse in the family? Okay, awesome. Immediate family or otherwise, I don't care. Nurses are serious about hand washing. Medical professionals in general are serious about hand washing. Has anybody here ever been made to sing happy birthday while they wash their hands? Yes! I make my child do it all the time, because if I don't make her do that, she'll go, done! No. And you should not be touching anything in this room then. When you wash your hands, what actually gets rid of the bacteria? What? Okay, if you wash them thoroughly, are they actually being removed from your hands? Are they being killed? What's happening? What's the mechanics of this? Well, gee, I never thought about hand washing at such a deep level, Moser. Why do you ask? I ask because this is important. So when you wash your hands, okay, those of you who have nurses in the family, good. I want you to watch your family nurse wash their hands sometimes. Those of you who don't have a nurse in the family, or who don't have any medical professional in the family, next time you're at any kind of medical professional's appointment, watch that person wash their hands. Because a medical professional is going to do full surface contact in between the fingers, back and forth, backs of the hands, all the way up, back here. When I was a kid, I had relatives who were nurses, and I remember back then, and I think it's changed now, the rule was nurses couldn't wear rings. No rings. Why? You can't always thoroughly wash under a ring. You can get bacteria that sort of hide under the ring, and they don't get moved off the hands. Putting these back on the wrong fingers. That'll feel weird. And I have seen now nurses wearing rings, so I don't know if they've changed those rules. But when you wash your hands, plain old soap and water, you physically remove the bacteria from your hands. You physically rinse them down the drain. What does the soap do? The soap actually acts like tiny lassos. The soap actually rounds up the material that's on your hands, and it sort of lassos it with the bubbles. So it actually gets it to a point where it's no longer physically connected to your skin, and then it can be rinsed down the drain. Just rinsing doesn't do it, because you need those little lassos to sort of pull the bacteria off the skin surface and isolate it inside the bubbles. Then, by physically covering all those surfaces while singing happy birthday, because that's how long you're supposed to wash your hands, then you can rinse those bacteria down the drain. Now let me ask you this. Hand sanitizer. This is an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Okay, this is not soap. Does this kill the germs, remove them from your hands, or both kill them and remove them from your hands? Just kills them. Leaves them on your hands. Doesn't move them anywhere. You now have dead bacteria on your hands. In some cases, that's fine. It's better than nothing. I mean, having a bunch of dead bacteria on your hands is better than having a bunch of live bacteria on your hands. And if you are someplace where you can't wash your hands, that's a good option. I used to go fishing with my dad a lot. We would pack sandwiches, and you eat your sandwich out in the boat, and of course there's no way to wash your hands, and you've been handling worms all morning. I'll take some alcohol hand sanitizer, thank you. Because I don't really want all the like worm poop germs on my hands while I'm eating my cheese sandwich. That's okay. Yeah. So if you can wash your hands, you should wash your hands. If you can't wash your hands, having dead bacteria on your hands is okay. Now, we have plain old soap, and we have soap that is labeled as antimicrobial. The antimicrobial soap actually says it will kill the germs before it removes them from your hands. And in order to do that, they put a couple chemicals in. The most common is triclosan. The other one that's a common antimicrobial is triclobane, and we'll look up the spelling on that one. Now, here's what's interesting. First of all, let me tell you about your homework assignment for tonight. This is an easy one. This is going to be the easiest 5 points you ever got. You're going to take a picture. Whoops. Okay, so you're going to take one of the front and one of the back, showing the ingredients. Now, on anything that is an antimicrobial product, it's going to list an active ingredient on the back. That's the thing that is actively killing bacteria. Turned out, I went in the women's staff bathroom to try to find some antimicrobial soap, and there was none. I was really happy to find that. I won't let the stuff in my house, so if you have a parent who's like me, there probably isn't any antimicrobial soap in your house. But if this was an antimicrobial soap, it would probably say antimicrobial right across the top of the label. They typically do. And when you looked on the back, here are the ingredients. It would probably say above that, active ingredient. That's what you're looking for. So when you take that picture, you can stick it into Siri or whatever else, circle the active ingredient. That's worth 5 points. If you don't have a single antimicrobial product in your house, and you happen to be at any store on the planet this weekend, Aldi's, Save-A-Lot, Walmart, Big Lots, wherever. If you're near any kind of store, look there. Look at the labels on the soap in the bathrooms here. I don't know if those are antimicrobial or not. So find one, and if you have serious obstacles, we'll talk independently. That's pretty easy. That's pretty low-hanging fruit. Now, the other place you might find an antimicrobial product, and I actually screenshotted the assignment. There it is. Let's get rid of those. A couple years ago, they thought it was a really good idea to start putting antimicrobial agents, that's chemicals that are antimicrobial, into things like cutting boards and kids' toys. So you've got like a plastic chewy thing for kids, and the surface is treated with a chemical that's a long-release antibiotic. Now, the reason they do this, and I have an almost 5-year-old, small children are disgusting pots of germs, and they put, I'm not that far from the point where she put stuff in her mouth. She ate bird poop one time. They'll put anything in their mouth. Yeah, it wasn't on purpose. I wasn't like trying. We were in the garden, she's picking up sticks and rocks, she's putting them, oh, don't put that in your mouth, don't put that in your mouth. And then as I was like, a couple feet away, I saw the bird poop, and I saw her going, no! She survived. She's fine. It probably, built a better immune system. Being exposed to lots of stuff as a child helps build your immune system, immunocompetence. So she's got a great immune system because God knows she's eaten just about everything. Small rocks, bits of bird poop, compost, a slug. Anyway, they'll put anything in their mouths, which means the little sick kid at daycare or your aunt's house or your house or preschool or wherever takes that, chewy, I don't know what, SpongeBob plastic thing and puts it in their mouth. And then they hand it to the other 2-year-old who goes, because they're disgusting. I love them, but they're disgusting. The surface of that being treated with the antimicrobial agent, the idea is that when the first disgusting small child who's a pot of germs chews on it, those germs are killed before they hand it to the second disgusting small pot of germs child and they chew on it. So the hope is that you're preventing those bacteria being transferred from one child to the other. But the question is it a good idea to put antibiotics out into the environment where lots of bacteria come in contact with them all the time? Or what are we doing? We're killing the weak ones. Now here's the interesting thing. So since I developed this unit about 2 years ago, there have been some changes in the law. There have been some changes in the law. Oh, and before I get to the changes in the law part, I was going to have you look for an article on antimicrobial products and antibiotic resistance and do another annotation. I opted not to, however, I left it out there as an extra credit option. So it's up to 10 points, it's homework extra credit. You have to do a really good job. So you have to really look up the vocabulary, you have to really do good summaries for paragraphs. You know, you have to really do a top-notch job to get all 10 points, but doing anything will get you some points. So that'll be on Classroom in a few minutes. It should post automatically. That's an extra credit option. Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're recording all of this. One thing that you're going to do to test to see if you know this material is an actual test. The other thing you're going to do is you are going to create a public service announcement. Oh, some of you don't look happy about that. It's okay. Well, we're going to look at what public service announcements are so that you can see what you're going to have to do. You'll be working in groups of up to 3. So you can go by yourself, but I wouldn't recommend it. You can work with 1 other person or 2 other people. And it'll be graded on a rubric. And you'll have to come up with a script in advance. Well, a public service announcement, oh, there it is, the antibiotic products picture posted. Good. A public service announcement is an advertisement. But it's like an advertisement for your good. So we're going to go to YouTube. We're going to watch a couple public service announcements to get an idea of what they are. The part that I want to talk about is what the law changed. And triclosan was actually banned in the U.S. in soaps. Whoa. Moser, didn't you tell me to go out and look for pictures of triclosan in soap? And now you're telling me it was banned? Are you messing with me? No, I'm not. Chrome quit unexpectedly. That's because I slammed the darn thing shut. So, I guess I can't get to all of my million tabs that I had running. We'll just close that one. There we go. So, triclosan was banned. What's interesting is that it wasn't banned because of a link to antimicrobial resistance. It was banned because of other possible health effects in humans, bad things. Now, what does this lead me to think? Well, that whole like, hey, there is no coordinated government effort or response or attention to antimicrobial resistance. Yeah, that's kind of what it makes me think. Like, well, you know, we found that it might be contributing to antibiotic resistance, but we don't really care. But it might have other bad health effects in humans. We should ban it. So, anyway, this is a news article, and this is what we call a very, I find this hilarious, a very old-fashioned screenshot, as in I'm literally taking a picture of the other screen. Interesting is because they weren't concerned about triclosan and its effects on antibiotic resistance. It's still in some toothpastes. It's still in some other products. It's just not in soaps anymore. So you may find it. I didn't realize it was in toothpaste. It's not in my toothpaste, but I didn't realize it was in any toothpaste. But it is in some of them. So you have to read labels carefully. They banned, I think, 19 chemicals, including triclosan and triclobane for soaps, but not for toothpaste. And I think they banned it in like the kids' toys applications. Okay, so you have homework over the weekend. I rarely do that. You have to take two pictures. 2 pictures of antimicrobial products, something marked antimicrobial, and where it shows that that's the active ingredient. The assignment is up on Classroom. You can take it with your iPad. You can take it with your phone and send it to yourself. You can, if you absolutely, utterly cannot, find something in your house or leave your house or get out of your house, we'll we'll talk if you've got some special constraints. So look around the house first, because there may be something sitting right there. Questions, comments, concerns? Monday. Monday. We'll sell you the whole desk, but you'll only need the edge.
Don't say Monday. You're just going to make it go faster.
No, listen. Monday, you're going to start working on your scripts for your PSAs. You're going to script out your PSA. You're going to write down all the words that somebody or something in your PSA is going to say. You can use any app you can find to make this. Your maximum time limit, it has to be between 30 and 60 seconds. No less than 30, no more than 60. And at the end, you must direct your audience to a resource, probably a website, which will give them more information. Questions, comments, concerns? Okay, good.